Okay, so in the last video, we looked at this instruction. And what it does is it creates a how-to headline based on any topic I provide. And I provided the example of play piano like Billy Joel. I highlight everything, send it over to Sales AI. Now you can press Control Q, or if you are on the Mac, you would press Command Q. AI would now take your topic, play piano like Billy Joel, and create a headline for you. So it wrote, how to be a world-class piano player even if you only have a day to practice a week. Now that's a very powerful headline, but this is not what this video is about. This video is about how to make this instruction reusable, because you want to use this in a week or two and just change the topic and write a new headline. The old way of doing this would be save everything as a template. But this is the old way. The new way would be to create your own framework. And this is going to be a little bit tricky. So let's talk about frameworks first. Let me open up the ADA framework. The ADA framework takes a product description and writes an ADA ad. And it's the same concept. It takes a product description and writes an ADA ad. Product description, ADA ad. Product description, ADA ad. So it's the same example, and that's why we can transform this instruction into our own framework, just like this. We would have not a product description, but a topic and one input field, and we can just press write. So let's create this. Let me cut this into my clipboard, go back, and press new. Now, new opens the framework builder. The framework builder lets you create your own custom frameworks. It takes a category, a name, your instruction that is in my clipboard right now, and this is going to be a little bit tricky, and an example. Let's talk about the category and the name first. So the category is everything you see over here, like ads, blogs, business, courses. And the name would be, if I open up a category, the name would be outline, titles, introduction, conclusion, and so on. So let me open up the framework builder one more time. My category would be headlines. And the name of my framework would be how to headline. How to headline. Now my instruction is right now in the clipboard, and I'm going to paste it, but first let me read this out. Write an instruction with one variable. Now, why do we need a variable? The changing part of our instruction is over here. Play piano like Billy Joel. We want this to be an input box, just like the product description for ADA. So we have to add a variable or a placeholder over here, and that is input 1 in curly brackets. Now you don't have to break your fingers. You can just use the shortcut over here. And this is it. You can add an example. My example was play piano like Billy Joel. And this is optional. It's just to remind myself how the input should look like whenever I come back and reuse the framework. So let's save it. And now if I open up the frameworks, you have all frameworks, CC frameworks, and you have my frameworks, headlines. And you will find the how-to framework we've just created. Let's open this. Okay, we now have a framework that takes a topic and writes how-to headlines. Now my example would be play piano like Billy Joel, but let's change this. Play soccer like Cristiano Ronaldo. And I want to have one output is fine. Let's write it. Okay, so this is basically all to it. I know it is a lot, especially the part with input 1. So maybe you need to re-watch the video. If you have questions, shoot me an email, comment in the Facebook group, and if this is all too complicated, I will just redo a video and onboard everyone who wants to use this feature.